Today, we're going to talk about the 2024 Arizona Cardinal rookie class that's going to have the biggest impact on the 2024 Arizona Cardinals. And it might be more than you think. Let's dive into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. On this channel, we cover everything Arizona Cardinals news, breaking news, conversational pieces, everything surrounding your favorite team. So definitely subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free. But all right, everybody, let's go and dive right into it. Let's talk about the 2024 Arizona Cardinal rookies that will have the biggest impact heading into year one. Now, I want to go ahead and just do a real quick shout out to Monty Ossenfort in this brand new regime. Just looking at this draft class, I'm very excited to break this down and really kind of get some pieces for the next 3 to 5 years. Now, I do have a list of 7 rookies that I feel like is going to make a big impact in year one. Now, there is going to be definitely some obvious ones here on the list, but let's go ahead and get started here. Let's first start off with Marvin Harrison Jr., one of the most hyped up prospects that we've seen, and I'm so glad he is going to be suited up as an Arizona Cardinal in 2024. I think he's going to have an absolute huge impact. We're seeing some NFL analysts out there, some national media people coming out here saying that we're probably going to see a really good rookie season from Marvin Harrison Jr. as long as Kyler Murray can stay healthy. Some out there are saying he's going to have over 1,000 yards, and I as well truly believe that Marvin Harrison Jr. will have a big impact for the Arizona Cardinals offense as well. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's going to have over 1,100 yards for his rookie season, and I'm very excited to see him suit up in Cardinal red, and we haven't had a rookie weapon like this in a very long time, so definitely very excited about what he can do to this offense. Now let's dive right into Darius Robinson being the next. Now here's the beautiful part of, kind of this draft class and this new regime is that we're actually giving guys that are picked up very high the opportunity to make an impact, right? With Darius Robinson, he's going to be coming in here. He has played the edge as well as the interior. So intrigued to see how Nick Rallis and Jonathan Gannon is going to be able to use Darius Robinson. Now I prefer him to be in the inside more than the outside, but I can see a world where the Arizona Cardinals like to move him around because he's got the flexibility to do that. I can definitely very well see Jonathan Gannon and Nick Rallis use him as a piece that kind of moves around the defensive line, and that would be absolutely amazing because we're talking about an overall physical player off the line. He's got a really high motor, and on top of that, he's just an overall smart kid. I think in his introductory press conference with the Arizona Cardinals, he ended up saying he had 2 degrees, and even Marvin Harrison Jr. came out and said, whoa, 2 degrees. So overall, just kind of a well-rounded, great kid to bring into this Arizona Cardinal locker room. I'm very excited to see what Darius Robinson's going to do in year one. Now let's go and move on over to the next player. Now I did say there's going to be some obvious ones here, and this is definitely an obvious one. Max Melton, I feel like, is going to have a huge impact on this defense. We have such an interesting cornerback group right now, right? We got some second-year players coming in here with Garrett Williams, Keitrell Clark. I believe we also have Starling Thomas V, but we do have one guy that I feel like is going to most likely be a starter for this Arizona Cardinal defense, and that's going to be Sean Murphy-Bunting. But right after him, there's a lot of kind of unknown, right? I think what's going to happen with Garrett Williams in his second year, if he can stay healthy, he probably is going to be moved to the slot, and maybe Max Melton is going to be the opposite side of Sean Murphy-Bunting. But we got a lot of cornerbacks in this draft, and just overall, just an intriguing, crowded type of group that we have, right? And I'm excited to see what Jonathan Gannon is going to be able to get out of these guys, because it's going to be a very crowded room filled with competition, and whoever's going to have the best mini camp, training camp is going to be able to win these positions over. So I fully expect Max Melton to get a starting role within this Arizona Cardinal defense. I'm going to have to put a guess out there right now. I'm going to say he's going to be opposite side of Sean Murphy-Bunting, playing on the outside. Now let's move on over to the next prospect. It's going to be none other than Trey Benson. Now I think we obviously know right now that James Conner is going to be RB1 for the Cardinals heading into 2024, but we definitely seen a world where James Conner can't stay healthy, right, for an entire year. This is even going back to his Steeler days as well. So I truly believe that Trey Benson's going to be able to fill the role of James Conner if he ever does need to miss 2 games, 3 games, 4 games, something like that. I feel like Trey Benson's going to be able to have a huge role with the Arizona Cardinals, and you can see Trey Benson being the running back of the future, right after the contract of James Conner ends up expiring, and this is technically his last year under contract. So I can definitely see a world where Trey Benson's going to be RB1 heading into 2025. Now let's move on over to my 5th prospect here. Is going to be none other than Tip Reiman. Now, he's not going to be tight end one. I think we all fully know that Trey McBride is going to be tight end one for the Arizona Cardinals, but the impact that Tip Reiman's going to bring to our offense is going to be none like we haven't seen in quite some time, right? Now, we've heard Tip Reiman come out and said that he's willing to do anything, right? As long as he's on an NFL roster, he's willing to block, he's willing to play tight end, he's willing to play fullback, he's willing to do anything, right? So definitely a very, very good piece that we're bringing into this offense, but I can definitely very well see him coming in here as a player to, you know, kind of mold the opposing defense, right? Kind of bringing in a 12 personnel, also bringing in 2 tight end sets, right? Bringing in more beef on that line to kind of keep Kyler Murray upright, play actions, bootlegs, stuff like that. So I think Tip Reiman is going to have a big impact on this offense. Maybe not on the stats, just overall change what this offense has been in the Cliff Kingsbury era. And let's move on over to the next player here. I truly believe that Elijah Jones is going to have an impact on this defense. I don't exactly know where he's going to fit, if it's going to be special teams, if he's truly going to beat somebody out here with the primary cornerback spot, or if he's going to truly beat somebody out in the cornerback role. But I truly believe that if we get some sort of injury, we can definitely very well see Elijah Jones kind of make a skyrocketed attempt to be in the starting rotations for the cornerback. We're talking about a guy that has a lot of length in the cornerback position, a guy that can track the ball, a guy that can kind of hang around with the big, tall diva wide receivers in the NFL. So if Elijah Jones can have a really, really good impact in year one, that will definitely be just kind of cherry on top of the ice cream for the Cardinals. Now, before we get to our last rookie that I feel like is going to have the biggest impact for the 2024 Arizona Cardinals, I would definitely want to go ahead and say this here, right? There's a lot of rookies that were picked up in this rookie class, like Xavier Thomas, like Isaiah Adams, like Christian Jones, that can very well have an impact for the Cardinals for years to come, and we're talking about 3-5 years down the road. But I feel like right now they're probably not going to have a big impact, but they're definitely going to very well be a good depth piece for the Arizona Cardinals as long as they develop. But the last guy I want to go ahead and bring up here is actually a undrafted rookie that we ended up bringing in from Colorado, and he is going to be none other than Xavier Weaver. And there was going to be some people out there saying, why wouldn't you throw a Tajay Palmer in there, right? But I truly believe that Xavier Weaver, if given the opportunity, might open up a lot of eyes. Now, as of right now, our wide receiving core stands as this: Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, and Greg Dortch in the slot. But we don't know if Michael Wilson can stay healthy for an entire full year. Now, if Michael Wilson can stay healthy, I can definitely very well see him being a 700 to 900 yard type of wide receiver, being in that number 2 role. But if he can't stay healthy, we're going to have some sort of contingency plan, right? Is there going to be Tajay Palmer? Is that going to be a guy like an Xavier Weaver? And honestly, with what I've seen from Xavier Weaver in Colorado with Shedeur Sanders, I really, really do like what I've seen from him. We're talking about a guy that can definitely very well play that outside position. Now, is that going to be able to translate to the NFL? We just got to give a guy an opportunity if that does happen, right? I'm just going to go out here and throw a Hail Mary out there and say that Xavier Weaver is probably going to have an impact player. Not that I'm wishing for a downfall of Mike Wilson. No, I really do like Mike Wilson. I want him to stay healthy. But if he can't stay healthy, this is going to be one of those guys that I'm going to throw in there and say he might have an opportunity with the Arizona Cardinals. Just what he did in college, there's a lot of traits that I really, really like from him that's completely different than a Marvin Harrison Jr. And that's kind of what you need, right? Different weapons that can definitely do different things on the outside. And I really, really do like Xavier Weaver. But like I said a little earlier, we got some really, really good pieces as well. You want to say Dadrian Taylor Demerson, Jaden Davis, Tajay Palmer, Isaiah Adams, Christian Jones. A lot of rookie players with some very, very high potential as well. But those are going to be the 7 rookies I feel like is going to have the biggest impact in 2024 for the Arizona Cardinals. Let me know what your list is, or if there's somebody on here that you're actually a lot higher on for the 2024 rookie class than I am. Let me know here in the comments below. I appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day and go Cards.